I just remember this one specific time, this one guy, like, came up to me, and he was, like, an engineer major or something, and he wanted to know how I knew the answer to this one question. I was like, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. I just knew the answer because I saw it in my head. And he was like, well, they never covered that in class. And I'm like, I don't know. I understand it. I understand the question. I read the question. I understood it. And I understood what equation to use. And apparently, like, nobody got that question right. My point in bringing that up is that I wonder if they did some type of thing on me to cause me to understand physics. Like a brain download or something. Because ever since I had that math dream, I've been able to understand just at least the concepts and stuff like that. I even understand things that I just never even had any interest in before. And so everybody in my family was just like, I don't get it. Why would you study physics? Your whole life you've been an artist. You never even liked math. Why would you study physics? That doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if that was like part of their experiments. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, now, this is the part I was going to tell you that you're not going to believe me about, okay? But I swear to you it's true. The guy that told me to study physics is a guy that I have seen on YouTube. I don't think he's alive anymore, though. He is that dude. And they didn't even have YouTube back then, okay? When this happened, we didn't have YouTube. I don't even think we had internet back then. I don't know for sure. I know I didn't. I didn't even know about it. But it's hard to believe there was a time when we didn't have internet. But we didn't back then. And this guy, he was very, very nice. I liked him. But he was friends with the dude that I thought was an angel. Anyway, he was the one that suggested that I study physics. Well, later on, years later actually, when I was on YouTube, years and years and years later, because it was just recently, there is a whistleblower that claims he worked at Area 51. I can't remember the guy's name. He claimed he worked at Area 51 and that he had reverse engineered some flying saucers. And he was explaining, he has these videos on, I think they're still on YouTube. Perhaps I look up reverse engineering UFOs or Area 51, or I can't remember the dude's name, but he has this one video where he drives up in like a sports car and he gets out and he's like, starts talking about the project that he worked on. That guy that suggested to me that I study physics, I swear to you, he looked identical. Well, he looked very similar to that guy, the guy who claims he worked at Area 51. And when I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, that's the guy that told me to study physics. And I told you guys you're not going to believe me. But I swear to you, he looked like that dude. But as I said before, I think maybe they're like, have like some type of technology where they can change the way you see a person. And I just recently saw a video, and actually I plugged it into one of my videos so you guys could see it too. I saw a video where a guy was like talking about how they could change your visual, I think he said a visual cortex or something. They could change the way a person looks to you. And I've had several times in my life, I've had circumstances where people would say to me like, how come you don't like that guy? You know, like somebody would ask me out and I'd be like, no. And then all my friends would be like, why? He's so good looking or whatever. And I was just like, what? No, I don't think so or whatever. And then there would be other times when I would really like someone a lot, and my friends would just be so baffled. They'd be like, why do you like that guy? Why do you like that guy? And I'm like, because he's, really, really super nice, really super sweet, and he's beautiful. Why wouldn't I like him? You know what I mean? Like, he's beautiful and he's super nice. And they would just be like, beautiful? And and they would act really weird. And I've had this happen so many times I cannot even count. And I've had relationships and friendships with guys who would say that. Like, they would say, I don't understand why you think I'm beautiful. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. And then I saw that movie with Jack Black. I forget what it's called. It's called, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's that one movie. I can't remember. It's that one movie where this one guy, that one motivational speaker was in the movie too. And he sees that motivational speaker in this elevator of this building, and he's like, I could change your life, and you're trying to go after the wrong people, and I can change it and make it all better. And he was like, whatever. And then he somehow hypnotizes him, and then he goes out and he sees the inner beauty in people. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I swear to you, I feel like that's my life sometimes, because people respond. I don't know. I can't figure it out. People respond to me in weird ways they shouldn't respond, and then it just, I don't know. Like, I think they're messing. I think possibly, guys, I have an implant in my brain, and they're able to affect what I see. So, because that would also explain that circumstance where I was asking those friends of that guy if they'd seen him, and they didn't even know who I was talking about. And I described him physically, and they were like, no, never seen anybody like that. So I think possibly there's something like that going on. That could be the reason why. I just don't know. But anyway, moving on. So I'm trying to think if there was anything that happened in Alaska that was, I can't think of anything right now. I mean, there was a ton of stuff that happened. I mean, but I can't think of. September 11th happened, and when that happened, I ended up dropping out of college, and I thought there was going to be a big war, and I don't know. It really had a big effect on me, and I just, and I never believed that story they told either. I mean, they were like, as soon as they try to say that it was, I just didn't believe the story they told. I was just like, that does not make any sense. That doesn't make sense. So I never believed it from the very first day that they told that story. I just knew it wasn't true. But I didn't understand, what it was all about. And I still don't understand what it's about exactly. I mean, it's a big thing. It's a major thing. I mean, it's huge. And it's huge to, I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, you guys, people need to know my story, just because this stuff is, I feel, significant to why we're TIs, and what they're really, really doing is experimenting on us, and possibly even they're experimenting on the gang stalkers too, to see what the gang stalkers will do, if the gang stalkers will follow instructions without asking questions, or if they, you know what I mean? Like, how far will they go? I think they're doing experiments with controlling people. Anyway, I'm trying to think. I don't want to forget something really major, but I have a tendency to do that. Forget, like, the most important piece of information. I can't really think of anything right now. So So I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna stop this for now, but then when I think of something later, I'll continue it back up. And again, I'm sorry that this is so long-winded, and probably, not very many people are gonna listen to this, but like I said, I just hope that there are people out there who will download this and then, just save it for later in case something really, really big happens. Because, I mean, it's obvious to me, they got me totally distracted on this Elenin thing, this comet that was coming, and, well, they got a lot of people distracted. But I mean, I know for me, like what I was doing before the whole Elenin thing started was I was trying to tell people about my experiences at a TI, and then the Elenin thing happened. I got totally distracted, and I didn't even talk about my TI stuff for months. I mean, like I don't even know, like 8 or 9 months or something. And I mean, so they if there is anything that happened, they did get me totally, totally distracted from that. And so it's not a coincidence, all that stuff, it's lies, and they purposely, I think they purposely distracted us with it, because obviously, if it was, something caused the axis to shift, unless they're lying about that too. I don't even know anymore. I don't know what to believe. I really don't. But I have to get my experiences out there because they're weird and they're meaningful somehow. But I think that's pretty much, I think I've covered like all the main things. So I'm going to stop for now.